Good evening, or as they say in Australia, g'day, how's it going? I have the privilege and the challenge of sharing what God has been doing. It's like Hebrews 11, the heroes of faith showing their faith in action through acts of service. We've got 8 countries to go through in 5 minutes. This will be coffee speed, so pay attention, please. Hong Kong. They focus on sustainable development by providing free dental care, but the wealthy pay so the poor can have high-quality dental care given to them. They also give dignity to seniors. They give them their bucket wish list. Like this man who just wanted to display his art in an art show. And you can see the volunteers standing there behind. But they also prevent injury. Has anyone ever had a friend or a relative fall over and injure themselves? Volunteers go to homes and screen the elderly and prevent falls in an innovative fall prevention program. Moving on to the Philippines. I do want to congratulate Hope Worldwide Philippines for a quarter of a century of service. Amazing programs. I am so inspired by the 6 centers of Hope Worldwide Philippines around the country. And these centers provide protection for abused children. Through their outreach in schools, they prevent sexual abuse, physical abuse. And within the centers, they heal and treat those children who have been abused. And then they can go out healed into the community. They support families. The most vulnerable are helped and protected. Moving on to Taiwan, I'm so impressed by the level of organization by this 100% volunteer-driven program. The disciples get together and do their own fundraising. This year they raised $13,000. They had a plan. We're going to build 5 homes outside of Phnom Penh in Cambodia, part of a poor settlement. 44 volunteers go over, and these are the 5 homes that they built this year. And they go a step further. They go into these homes, and they really ask the questions and listen so we can understand needs and better meet the needs of the community. And I'm so impressed because they have already a 5-year plan. They keep going back to these communities, working with them, building more houses, engaging more volunteers. 100% volunteer-driven. Papua New Guinea. I have a real soft spot for Papua New Guinea, just being off the north coast of Australia. And they also celebrated 25 years of service. It started off with the church planting in Port Moresby. And as the disciples went over, they also had a mobile clinic where the physicians and disciples would then meet the health needs of the poor. And amazing to see how God blessed the church and Hope growing together. And 25 years later, now there is a comprehensive clinic that treats HIV/AIDS and tuberculosis, which are killers in Papua New Guinea. And thousands of patients are treated every month at the 9 Mile urban clinic. And they've expanded to also 2 remote clinics. And it's so amazing to see just 100 meters down the road, we have our brothers and sisters in a church. Some of our most remote ICOC churches and Hope Worldwide working there, serving the poor alongside our brothers and sisters. This year, early childhood development started in Papua New Guinea. And the story that I'm inspired about is this program, Gain Knowledge and Help Your Community. Addressing some of the most challenging things, areas of living with HIV, gender-based violence. And the woman, Ezzy, on on the side there, 20 years of homelessness, of rape and abuse, being forced to work as a sex worker, and living with HIV. And then being treated in a Hope clinic, and then engaging in the Kiss Him, Save, Help Him, Haslame project, of regaining self-confidence and self-esteem, and now living in a home, working, providing for her 5 children, and then more than that, going out into her community and getting people out of poverty, encouraging them to go out of the sex worker slave trade, and dealing with violence against women. It's transforming lives. And as Hebrews says, and what more shall I say? I do not have time to talk about Korea. About the amazing work since 2013 that they've been working with their youth with special needs, help them with those emotional developmental disabilities, and how that's impacted the youth and the parents. I don't have time to tell you how Hope Australia has changed from just disciples delegating service with giving money and fundraising to now actually going out into the streets, into their backyard, helping the homeless and connecting with seniors. I don't have time to tell you how we've added service to evangelism, and it's amazing how the evangelism has become more impactful because it's the complete mission of Jesus as we send people to evangelize in places like Fiji and Papua New Guinea. I will tell you about the heroes that have connected with the Indigenous Maori community in Auckland, New Zealand. And this is a difficult community to make inroads to, but how the Auckland Church of Christ persevered over 2 years, and God provided an opening, and then we were able to establish the first Hope Volunteer Corps in a Maori community just last year, developing sustainable gardens. And I'll finish off with the sentiment of that connection as you break down barriers, culture barriers. This is a little end of the farewell, as the Maori community did a few of them just did a little bit of a haka dance, and you just see the sentiment of connection in the embrace of one of the teen Maori girls with one of the Hope volunteers. Thank you for listening.